Alright, welcome back, boys. Today we're gonna be reacting to the worst names. It's by Saint Don. As usual, his link is gonna be down in the description. So if you're interested, go check it out, give him a like, subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into it.
When you're born, your parents have to make a decision that's gonna affect you for the rest of your life.
The worst possible name is probably, I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen this image on the internet, and it's Jack Ingoff.
You can either be born with a tough name,
I am Jose Mourinho.
or you could be born with this name.
Either like this guy is way too old and that word didn't even exist back then, which I highly doubt, or his parents are just abhorrent people.
Okay, what exactly was the thought process behind this? R.I.P. to Mo, you touched many. To whoever Mr. and Mrs. Lester were, you guys were bad people.
One of
Yeah.
Satan's greatest soldiers.
You definitely know what you're doing when you line up the first name with the last name.
That is a crazy reaction video. You are Satan's greatest soldiers. I like that. I should use that in something.
Okay, just look at Steve Kerr's son, Nick.
This isn't even like some nobody. This is actually a somewhat famous person.
Kerr. Yeah, you have to be a different kind of evil to do this to a freshly born Nick. Imagine this, you're just coming into this world.
I'll be crying if I look like that too.
Oh my lord. What did they do to him? What did they do to him?
That's fucked up what they be doing to y'all.
You've done nothing wrong, you're completely innocent. And then your parents go and burden you with the name Eugene. Now you've limited that baby's future.
Eugene is a pretty shit name, let's be honest. Like, there are some good names out there, but Eugene is not one of them. And if you're not named Eugene, tell me down in the comments and like and subscribe.
Careers to a damn mathematician. Giving your child a proper ass name off spawn is just despicable work. Okay, I'm not calling anyone under the age of 40 Benedict. Or some nigga name like Cornelius. How can you hear that name and say, oh yeah, my baby looks like a fucking Cornelius?
Okay, to be fair, a lot of these names are like names that were like new upcoming names that a lot of people like 40 something years ago all decided, okay, we're gonna name our kids this, and then as that entire generation grew up, the names slowly started to be associated with older and older people. Like, you can't name someone Gertrude anymore. And I don't know, some people do still torture their children by doing that, but after about 200 to 300 years, those names become really cool again. Like, honestly, go, if you have like a graveyard or something nearby, or even just look at like a bunch of people who died a while ago, take a look at some of the names. They're pretty sick.
At least give bro
And when I say a while ago, I mean like a while ago.
a nicknameable name. Like with Benedict, at least I can call little bro Ben or something. Okay, but
Yeah.
Cornelius, I'm not calling you Corn. Bro, Fortnite skin ass name. I don't know why that's the first thing that came into my head. But a nickname really could save your whole life. You can go from Reginald to Reggie. You can go from Richard to Dick. How do you feel? You know what name I was damn.
How are they like even at all related? It's the same thing with like Robert and Bob. I mean, I guess that makes a little more sense, but how is Richard at all related to Dick,
Yeah, devastated to hear was a real name. Gaylord. People name their kids Gaylord. Yeah, I get we live in a more progressive society. But Gaylord, bro. Come.
Imagine going to school and introducing yourself as Gaylord. You're done. You can't exist in that school ever again. You have to like actually become one with the walls if anyone knows your name.
Come on now. And right now I'm just listing names that like multiple people have. Later on I'll show you some of the nonsense.
Willy's.
There's just so many common names that I just don't like. For example, can we stop naming our kids George? Like, I don't even hate the name, it's just the spelling, bro. Because in what universe does this word mean George?
Oh, no, bro. The worst is Sean, which is, here, let me spell it. It's what? Sean, Scene, and yeah, Sean, there. These three, they're all the same pronunciation, but you cannot have this. And the worst one is Sean Bean, who is spelled Scene Bean. You can't have the two. It's either Sean Bond or Scene Bean. You cannot have Sean Bean. This guy.
Come on now. And I'm talking to you, Sion. That's not how you spell Sean.
It's I swear this isn't pre-watched.
And you know, I'm not the smartest guy out there.
Just, great minds think alike. This is why you should like and subscribe to both his channel and video, and mine.
But at least I know how to spell, and you're all spelling these names wrong, okay? But isn't like the whole point of naming someone to give them their own special, unique identity or something? Okay, why are we giving so many people the same names? I'm looking at you, Muhammad. JK, way too many of y'all to make ups. But if you're watching this, you probably have a common name, because you know that's how common names work.
No fucking shit.
But I'm not even trying to hate, I'm just asking why we're not more original with names. You know, there's
I have a name that is... Everyone spells it wrong. Everybody, like, the original spelling, like, the actual spelling of my name makes sense, but no one I know... Literally, earlier today, they were asking me, how is it spelled? Is it spelled this way or the other way? Of course, I'm not going to say it because, I'm trying to keep as little of my identity on the internet as possible, but I'm putting all of my personality out there. At least trying to.
way too many Williams out there. Just look at the toughest
Oh yeah, same thing. William and Bill. Where do you get Bill from?
names in history. Their parents are experimenting, you know. Sometimes it doesn't go very well. Elon Musk, I'm looking at your Among Us code-named kid.
Yeah, it's like Ash E12 or something like that. Wow.
How do you even... Is that 2 letters in one? And I'm now seeing that they had to change the kid's name to X. This kid is not...
They changed the kid's name to X. And his fucking company is also named... Twitter is also now changed to X. Oh, it's been for a while.
Ja, please stop it.
I said on for it was weak. Actually, the complete opposite.
And the fact that Elon didn't stop with this one.
I hate it so much.
Tau Techno
Mechanicus Musk.
Mechanicus Musk.
Sorry, Mechanicus Musk.
Yeah, this has to be up there with the Okay, there's creativity and there's just naming your child.
I once got an Uber driver whose name was so long it didn't fit on the screen at the bottom. Like, it literally went off, and I'm still not sure what his full name was.
Some bullshit. Just look at Wolfgang Amadeus
Cash
Mozart.
register. That is fire. Wolfgang, an incredibly underrated name. Like, back in the day, like, he was, around 1700s, I think? Sometime around then. So, let's say by 1750, let's say if he was born in 1700 exactly, by about 1750, that name would be considered old. Now, after hundreds of years... That's a fire name.
Sensational.
How do you think of a name
Absolutely.
as cool as Wolfgang? Right, I know it's pronounced like Wolfgang or something, but it's Wolfgang in my eyes, because that sounds way hard.
Damn, that is the mewing master right there. That is a Shaolin monk of mewing.
Like, really, there's a fine line between creativity and just being a dickhead. Alright, because look at Bear Grylls. He named his son Huckleberry.
Huckleberry?
Okay, I'm not making this up. What kind of a goofy ass name is Huckleberry?
Must have just been a big fan of Tom Sawyer. Da-da!
And the fact that Bear Grylls has one of the toughest names out, and he did a son like that, alright, that's up there with Quandale Dingle.
Quandale Dingle here.
And whose name is on this computer? Like, is this an actual real person called Quandale Dingle that's just walking among us?
That's gotta just be like a
And if so,
username.
this is the goofiest name of all time. I'm so sorry for you, bro.
If there is actually someone named Quandale Dingle, oh my lord, may that man find peace.
Like I was saying, creative names can be tough though. Yves
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
Saint Laurent.
Zestians.
But for real though, we have to start inventing some more names, you know, just to change things up a little bit. But if you're black and from the hood or something, don't be doing too much with the names, okay? I don't want to see no Bonquiqui, no LaShawn Donquavion, no Letitia Nikwa. The only time these ghetto names are tough is if you make it out the hood and become a pro athlete. Because imagine trying to get a regular job and your name is Jamal Tonquavion.
Shaquille O'Neal. What an absolute name. Of course, he's like an absolute person, so that name can actually mean something. But imagine your just local, I don't know, grocery store employee is named Shaquille O'Neal. Like, no, bro. No, you can't have all that and be named that.
They will smell the nigga on your application, I promise you. And instead of hiring you, they're gonna hire Dale Smithers. If you're making it pro, yeah, the name will be tough. Like LeBron, he was a W pool. But now I deadass fear how many LeBron sexuals are gonna name their 5'2" white kid LeBron.
No, bro, you can't ever name, like, okay, I hate to say it, but LeBron is it's a pretty terrible name. But for LeBron James, it's pretty fire, especially because everyone called him by his full name, LeBron James. You got an actually intelligible part at the end, which is a very common name. I shouldn't say intelligible, a common name. And then LeBron, something very unique to stand out.
But me, I would say I'm a veteran when it comes to seeing bad names. Quick little lore drop, I was born in Zimbabwe.
Where are you fucking Zimbabwe, you stupid little pimp? Get away from here.
And if you don't know about how they be naming kids there, a common ass trend, I don't know what for, but for some reason people be naming their kids English words. Sometimes it stays calm.
Oh, yo, bro, in like Thailand and stuff, I've heard people name them like actual countries. Like, you got America, and America, I think, is a name, but Taiwan, like, hey, yo, Taiwan, come sit with us. You just can't be doing that.
Like, we have people named Blessing or people named Hopeful, which is kind of bad, but it's not that bad if you shorten it to just Hope. And then we have niggas named Bicycle. Normally,
What kind of parents do you have to have them name you Bicycle? Like, are they bisexual? Is that why?
names be dumb, but at least it has some sort of meaning. Like, I heard about a nigga named Firstborn.
Oh, Firstborn?
No, at least that one makes sense
Oh,
because,
Lord.
yeah, he's the firstborn. But Bicycle. Some more nonsense, I've heard of a nigga named Mechanic. A nigga named Knowledge.
Okay, knowledge is a kind of fire name. I wouldn't say it's good, but if that person is actually smart, it could go kind of crazy. But mechanic, like, you are already fixed into life. Like, out of birth, you come out with overalls on, a wrench, and like one of those mechanic caps, all blue.
Just like he's 1/3 of a KSI.
If you're wondering, I already know. And if you thought it, I've been new.
And I wish I was making these up too, bro. Do like
Thanks, bro.
5 minutes of research, you see even worse. And before you name your kid right, let's do some investigating. Because if that was done, there never would have been a kid on this earth named Chewcock.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, what's probably the worst is the opposite of this. White people naming their kids like Asian names. Like, if it's a black name, it's still all right, but Asian names, you can't. Actually, you can't.
Now that poor guy has to live on earth with that name. But at least he's not alone. He also has Chewcock alone. Okay, but anyways,
Oh, no.
sometimes having a trash name is not even in the parents' hands. Because I don't know how last names are even made or manufactured, but some
Okay, last names for any of y'all interested, like the one person who's interested, it typically comes from either your occupation or rather your great-great-grandparents' occupation, like Smith and farmer and stuff like that, like blacksmith, so Smith. Or it comes from like where you are, like London is a pretty common last name. Actually, London isn't a very common last name, which is what I was trying to bring up, but my brain fucking got it confused. Anyway, like, if you live in a less popular place, like a village or something, you might have like James, I don't know, Villager, as your last name, like whatever the name of the village is, not actually Villager. Anyway, because like back in the day when you were looking for someone, like, oh, I'm here to find James. Oh, which James? James Villager. Yeah, so that's that. But if you live in a place like London, there's probably 1,000 Jameses there, so you can't be like James London. You could have James Smith, for example.
somehow people end up with some tragic last names, alright? And if your last name is something crazy, bro, give up on your hopes and dreams of becoming a teacher. Bro,
Mr. Purbs? Bro, this is something you'd see on like Epstein's Island.
there's no reason for this nigga to be teaching this class.
What the hell is even that?
And it don't stop there. This is your last name and you
Dickerson?
decide you want a profession that's gonna display
Okay, so son, if the son at the end, it means like your father's name was this. So that means one of his grandparents' names was a Dicker.
that's gonna display it and people
I didn't even read the first part. B.J. Dickerson.
gonna display it and people
no.
have to call you by that name. And what's the
Holy pixels.
BJ necessary? You could have just done B. And these next ones are 2-in-1 special from the same school. First off, nigga, we have Mr. Sackrider. How do you acquire this last name? What is the country of origin for this name? I swear niggas had to be trolling. And right across the hall we have Mrs. Gay. Whoever's running the school and hiring
Mrs.
teachers.
Okay, gay back in the day, see, that makes a bit of sense. Like, it did mean, I think, like happy and stuff. But Sack Rider? What do you have to do to get that name? It reminds me of this old joke like, if you cook one meal, you're not a chef. If you play one song, you're not a musician. But you fuck one sheep.
Bro, you're an absolute joker because no student is taking a teacher named Mr. Sack Rider seriously. Gang, if your last name is Cooked, just stop breeding and let the blood...
You can change it. Like, Freddie Mercury's name was initially like... I forgot what his first name was, but his last name was Balsara. He comes from India. He's what are they called? Parsis, yeah.
Line in with you, okay? If you deep it, you really have a choice between two last names. You could either go with the male's last name or the female's last name. So can you tell me why this guy ended up with the last name Negro?
This guy? Like, if it was at least, one of them, I could kind of understand. Like, the explanation I gave earlier, it makes sense how it came about. But this guy is the purest white-bread Caucasian white man from the mountains of Caucasus.
That could not have been the better of two options. If you're naming your kid something despicable just for a giggle, prison time
Yeah, I gotta use that in the video as well.
might not be a bad punishment, bro.
Hang up that computer call. Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth.
Just think about it. You've ruined someone's entire identity. This kid sued his parents for $250K because they named him Gaylord.
Valid.
Because apparently his name has caused him a lifetime of mockery and bullying. And if you know anything about how kids are, you know that's 100% true, okay? You cannot be walking around with the name Gaylord Williams.
I'll be honest, if one of my homies was named Gaylord, the first week would be absolute hell. Then after that I'd cool off, but it would still, you can't forget that. That is like a piece of character development that will stick with him for the rest of his life. Every friendship he has, there will be once in a while a Gaylord joke. And that will be until they are in the retirement home, literally turning to dust.
And Gaylord claims that his parents named him this
That's crazy. Actually addressing him as Gaylord.
because they wanted to ruin his life. Like,
Oh, what? They did it on purpose? Okay, that brings a whole new meaning. Like, okay, I was thinking, okay, suing your parents over a last name, over a name is, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's a bit overreaction, but if they did it on purpose to ruin his life, then that's so fucking valid. These guys are horrible people. And by the looks of it and by their demeanor, they can probably fucking afford it.
he ruined theirs or something. And the parents were just saying they liked the name.
Stop the cap.
I'm gonna go with Gaylord's story because, nigga,
Yeah.
you mean you like the name? And personally, I don't think 250K
You like Gaylords? That's crazy. Surprised he wasn't adopted.
compensation is enough. I want to see a public execution for both of these individuals.
Oh God, you can't have these people running around. All right, well that's the end of the video. That was absolutely fucking hilarious. I'm glad you enjoyed because you made it to the end of this video, and I'm sure at some point you were just crying laughing, even if you made it through like my lectures. I hope some of my jokes landed. I hope this guy's jokes landed, and if they did, go like and subscribe to his channel and like and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.